Hi, I'm Peter Criff, Executive Director of the Statewide Independent Living Council.
Hi, and my name is Sarah Launderville. I'm the Executive Director of the Vermont Center for Independent Living.
And our two organizations together are responsible for writing the Statewide Independent Living Plan, which is a 3-year plan that guides programs and services for people with disabilities throughout Vermont.
We invite you to come out to one of our community forums to provide your input, or join us on our Facebook page, or call us at our 1-800 number.
And today, we're going to share some issues with you, and we'd like your input.
So you've talked some about community partners, but family supports are a really important component of planning and thinking about. Mm-hmm. What are the issues there that folks could weigh in on?
Mm-hmm. So we can both go. There's a couple different things. One is just when I think of it from two different ways, that as a person with a disability and having a family, or children with disabilities and parents trying to navigate through this entire system. You know, especially when you first have a child and you find out your child has a disability, and what do you do next? You know, are there things that can help you get through that system of supports that are out there to help you? And then as a person with a disability and having children, are there things that you might need to really help you navigate that system to be able to continue to parent? So those are sort of the first things that come to mind.
Did you want to talk about the peer navigators at all?
Yeah, I think part of the peer navigators helping families really navigate those systems and making sure that they have access to who are the people you even call if you need help with figuring out childcare or other supports. So I think it's one of those things that we've been working on in the state to really return to having these peer navigators, and we'd like to hear feedback from folks around that.
Right, that's an active issue right now, very active.
Yeah. Now, the next generation, I think, is we think a lot about the millennials and the next wave of people who are going to lead us in this community and also in this movement. Mm-hmm. And so you're seeking feedback on youth leadership and transition. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the things for me personally was that the leaders of the disability community years ago, who were the leaders years ago, really took me under their wings, and other people who are in leadership positions within our state. And I have so much gratitude for being sort of brought up on their shoulders, and I think it's absolutely our responsibility to do that with the next generation and to look out for our future leaders and who's going to kind of run with the torch when as we are getting older, and help with that, and how helping people transition into leadership positions, you know, helping folks recognize that they can be leaders in our community.
And do you think that the people who are leaders could give you some good feedback about what they think the next set of resources should be?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. They kind of know. I mean, we're starting to see differences in how people participate. Social media is huge, and that's why we're making such a big plug of trying to figure out how to do that with this outreach effort. I have staff who are in their very early 20s who I see will tweet and use Facebook more often than they will pick up a phone, and so we really want to have that aspect to how we're reaching out to folks.
And Peter, the Independent Living Council, Vermont Independent Living Council, are there any young people on that council at this time?
Well, it depends on how you define young. I'd have to say
youth leadership.
Not really. So, you know, part of what we do as organizations is doing recruitment. But, you know, I'd be interested in hearing feedback in terms of people's ideas about maybe mentorship, because, I mean, I think that the different councils and the organizations could take different roles. Your organization is more hands-on. I think our organization could really expand our efforts through mentorship and things like that. I mean, I understand your trip up through, and that was the ideal you know, way to get involved. And I think we could facilitate that more. But I'd like to hear feedback about people's thoughts about how feasible that would be or how often it could be done.